Okay, first of all, I want to thank the fans. You know, they really did a great job. We really noticed it on defense. I know the defensive players were talking about it. You know, on third downs, getting loud, and made it hard for the Vikings offense today. So I really want to appreciate and thank them for that. In terms of injury update, you know, we do have Justin Fields injured his right hand, and you know, we're evaluating it right now. We did take an X-ray. The X-ray is negative. You know, in terms of that, and then we'll see where it is tomorrow when we get the MRI. So that's all I know right now. That's all I have on that. Nate, same thing, his ankle did not return. We'll see where it is tomorrow. We'll get more information on that as well. And then Eddie left the game and was questionable. Could have came back, injured his foot a little bit during the game. Didn't feel 100%, but he could have came back if we needed him due to injury. And that's all I have. I thought that the game, you know, played out, you know, the way we wanted it to in some spots, but we need to do a better job with the ball. You know, we obviously giving the ball away that many times, certainly at -2. That's a hard way to win, and the percentages aren't on your favor. You know, so the defense has to get it out more, and we got to do a better job of protecting it in terms of that. But there's some good things in there, but obviously. Didn't get the W and disappointed in that. And we'll see where we are with the injuries going forward. With that, I'll open up to questions.
What's your understanding of what they're looking for with the MRI with Justin to see?
Yeah, you know, so with him, you know, he wanted to come back in the game. And, you know, that's really all I have, you know, in terms of that. But he just couldn't grip the ball to throw it right now. So we'll see where it is. Like I said, the MRI, that's all I have. We'll know more information tomorrow, and that's where it is.
Matt, what went into the change made at center in the third quarter?
Yeah. So the change at center, you know, so you know, Lucas obviously was going through concussion protocol during the week, and we thought when, you know, obviously Justin went out and we had Tyson in there, we thought it was best for our team to have the guy that had more experience in there playing center, and that's the position that we have. You know, that Lucas has played a long time. He's got a lot of experience in there. We thought that would settle Bagent down a little bit.
That wasn't related at all to the snap issues?
No, it was just more about settling down and putting a guy that had more experience at center. And we feel good about both guys, and obviously we've switched guys around during the course of the year. Guard, center, we're going to have to continue to do that based on where Nate is. We'll see, but we like our flexibility in there.
Yeah, you decided a couple weeks ago to make Bagent the number 2 and Nate the emergency. What went into that? And for a guy who's never taken an NFL snap to be thrown into it. Is that something you guys were comfortable with compared to Nate?
Yeah, we were comfortable with it, and that's why we made the decision. You know, so it's really he created that opportunity during practice, and you know, during the meetings, and you know, we're evaluating everything. So he really created that himself, and we thought that was best going forward that he was the number 2.
Yeah, what kind of impact do you think Bagent had just on the operation of your offense?
You know, I thought he, you know, started out, you know, was not great at first, right? But again, that's everybody. That's 11 guys in there operating. But I think once he got settled down, he put that drive together. Then you could see what he could do. You know, he could do off-schedule stuff. He can escape. Made a nice, you know, a few nice throws there, and you know, his mobility is good. I thought, you know, his timing was good on a lot of those passes that he threw. You know, so I thought he looked good. I thought he looked good in that one drive, and again at the very end, you know, in that interception, again the protection's got to be more solid in that particular play, and you know, you can't put the ball in harm's way.
How did what he did today affect any decision you might need to make as far as him playing more quarterback if Justin's out? Is he still?
Yeah, we'll look at that. We'll evaluate that. Again, we believe in Tyson. You know, we obviously had him at number 2 for a reason, and we feel strong about that.
Coach, what's your identity now, especially now that Justin Fields is out? What's your identity, and is it going to have to change now that that Bagent is going to be number 1?
Yeah, again, we'll see where Justin is. You know, we'll see where it is. Like I said, the X-ray was negative. We'll see where he is going forward. But again, we're going to have to really do a great job of evaluating that where it is and putting our guys in position to make plays, and that's what our job is as coaches. So in terms of the identity of it, you know, we're going to have to look hard and see how we can get the ball down the field, score points. And that's the number 1 thing that we got to do.
What did you say to him before he went into the game, and how would you describe his demeanor?
His demeanor was great. It's always great. He's cool, calm, collected. You could see that out there. He was that way the entire time. I thought he had good command when he was out there in terms of getting the plays and getting the plays out. There was no really, snafus there in terms of that with the operation, but we really like where he is. And, we just said to him, hey, you got this, and he went out there. And as a backup quarterback, you always know you're one play away from playing the entire game. So that's what he got. He's there for, and that's what he got called on to do.
Yeah, before Justin got hurt, the offense was not going well. Were you guys struggling with the blitz? Was there a difficulty picking up the blitz, or lack of a schematic adjustment to the blitzes that Minnesota was?
Yeah, I mean, I'll have to go back and look at the tape, but definitely for sure, there were some protection things in there where we had to, do a better job. It certainly wasn't clean all the time, but I certainly think we got a rhythm a little bit there going. And again, we just got to do a better job with the overall execution there. But again, we gave ourselves a chance to win the game at the end, and we just didn't get it done.
What was the coaching point on the strip sack for Tyson?
It's you always want to have two hands on the ball in there. But again, it's everybody. When you're in the pocket there, you got to do a great job of feeling that and then riding up the pocket to deliver the ball. When you have two hands on the ball, you're obviously the ball security is going to be better there.
On the replay, it seems to me that TJ was able to secure that fumble on the sideline. Obviously, they overturned it. They give you further explanation for why they chose to overturn the initial call?
Yeah, I mean, in a game like today, there's not a bunch of cameras out here, so there's not a bunch of looks. And then when they do overturn the call on the field, there must be a pretty good evidence to say it's clear and obvious for that. So that's where it was, and they just said it was clear and obvious that he was not inbound. So.
Did you talk to Justin after the game, and how would you describe this?
His demeanor's great. Yeah, he's great. He goes, Coach, we'll see where it is tomorrow. And he was positive, and he was upbeat.
What do you see out of Deontay Foreman and Darrington Evans coming in both from Cole? What do you say about that?
Yeah, I thought we ran the ball well. In terms of running efficiency, it was good. Obviously, when he fumbled that one ball, I told him, hey, that's just one time. I said, you got lucky on that one. And I told him, hey, you just got to make sure you secure it the rest of the way, and he did. I love the way he got down north and south. He really did a nice job with that. He created a lot of those momentum plays for that drive at the end that we had, and really good. And then Evans, obviously we're lucky to have him last year, so he was be able to put in the mix in a short notice and be able to operate. So both guys did well.
You guys were in dime a lot more on third down today. What does that allow you to do better in those situations?
You can just variation of coverage. You can do a lot of different things with that, because you got some cover guys back, which was good to see. And, we'll base it on our matchups, every single week to see where we are. If we think we match up better in dime, we'll do that, or we'll just play nickel. But again, that's a week-to-week thing.
DJ Moore had only one target in the first half after such a big week last week. How does that happen?
Yeah, obviously we got to look at that. That's not what we want. We want to target him. We want to be able to look, obviously feature him. And I think he had 8 at the end total and 5 catches. But again, we certainly want to target our skill. No question about it.
And how do you fight the feelings that maybe there's some regression to creeping in the locker room after having the win and then coming to have a loss like this? How do you fight people feeling maybe down after this?
I just think it's the morale of the team's based on each individual man. We got guys that have fighters' hearts, and they're always going to be sticking in there together. They were at the game, they saw it, they know what it was. When you go -2 in a football game, it's going to be hard to win. And if we would have flipped that +2, I bet we would have won the game. So to me, it's all about that, and it's all about us doing our detail. Certainly we fought hard in the game. I'm proud of the guys for what they did, but we didn't come out with the victory, and mainly it's because of the ball.
And until you find out about Justin, whether it's tomorrow or whatever, what kind of preparations do you as a head coach have to make to be prepared for the possibility that Bagent might be your guy? Like even just overnight, what kind of thing? What's going to go into your thinking to be prepared for that possibility?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we have a contingency plan, with him coming back. With Justin, if he is back, that's fine. But if he isn't, obviously we've already, put that plan in place. With Bagent. So you'll see that come to fruition here coming shortly if it indeed is the case.
Thanks, Matt.